Goa, the land of sun, sand, and stunning roads. What better place to experience Skoda's all-new SUV, the Kylaq. This sub 4-meter car is the company's most affordable and compact SUV. And that means Skoda has entered India's most competitive car segment. But the words compact and affordable aren't something you'd normally associate with a Skoda, would you? After all, it's a brand known for thoughtful design, European styling, and engaging driving experiences. As I drive from the north of Goa to its south and back, I'm gonna try and gauge whether the Skoda Kylaq stands true to those brand values. But before that, it wouldn't hurt to hit that subscribe button. Now the first thing to note about the Skoda Kylaq is that it's built on Volkswagen's MQB A0 platform, on which both the Kylaq and the Slavia are also built, and which is also the base for the globally loved Polo. It's hence no surprise that the Kylaq has received 5 stars in both child and adult safety in Bharat NCAP's testing. We're going to talk about the car's safety features later, but first, let us take a look at how Skoda has lined up the framework of this car. The Skoda Kylaq debuts the brand's modern solid design language in India. Up front, the signature black grille with 3D ribs grabs your attention and gives it a confident look. And I have to say, these slim LEDs with their crystalline design do add a touch of sophistication to the whole affair, with the fog lamps and the robust cladding adding a sporty appeal. This heavy cladding also extends to the sides of the car, which feature clean lines just like on the Kylaq. You also get 17-inch dual-tone alloy wheels that turn into 16-inch wheels if you go for the lower variants. The car's 189mm ground clearance isn't the best in the segment by any means, but it's still good enough for Indian roads. But I'll tell you what is best in the segment, it's the Kylaq's boot space. The car's 446 litres of boot space combined with added knickknacks like bag hooks and dedicated storage spaces easily make it an ideal family car. Now if I can just shut this boot to show you the back of this car, it's not exactly meh, but it's not exactly awe-inspiring either. This rear bumper does add to the SUV vibe of the car, and the Skoda branding makes itself seen and heard loudly. But other than that, there's not much to talk about. But I'll tell you what's really worth talking about. It's the car's interiors, so let's get straight inside. And by now, we've switched to the auto variant, by the way, which has got this lovely olive gold paint job. Now once you start driving this car, you'll notice that it's designed with practicality in mind. This 10.1-inch infotainment display is intuitive and it doesn't distract you at all. Its user interface is very clear. It's got a driving data tab that gives you all the vital information about your trips. It's also got Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which are both wireless. Moving over to the 8-inch infotainment screen, it's also well lit and it can display anything from range to time to temperature to tire pressure and pretty much everything you need from such a panel. And I love the Skoda steering wheel, especially this rolling dial that you can use to switch the volume. Coming to the seats, as you've probably heard, the Skoda Kylaq is the first car in its segment to feature electrically adjustable seats for both the driver and the passenger. These are 6-way adjustable seats, so there's plenty of scope for finding your ideal position. And if you're someone who sweats a lot, you'll love the fact that both the driver and the passenger seats have electronic ventilation. Up at the top, you get an electronic sunroof with an anti-pinch feature, and there are plenty of other little details that are worth talking about. Like this clip holder, for instance, which can house all your important receipts. And this anti-slip cup holder that lets you open your bottle lids with just one hand. The cabin is spacious and modern, and even as a tall person, I've had no problems with the legroom. Now, the front seat is adjusted according to my liking, and I'm sitting at the back, and I wouldn't say I'm entirely comfortable, but it is what it is. The Kylaq's rear passenger experience is characterized by this armrest, which has 2 cup holders, a phone slot in the seat pocket, 2 rear AC vents and 2 USB-C slots. One little gripe that I've had with this car is that the lights inside this gear shifter aren't bright enough to let you know where it is at any given moment. All that said, it's time to tell you how this thing drives. Under the hood of the Kylaq is a 1-litre TSI engine that is standard for all models. This engine can output 114 brake horsepower and 144 Newton meter of torque. When it comes to transmissions, you can choose between a 6-speed manual and a torque converter automatic, which even comes with paddle shifters, by the way. Having driven both of them today, I would any day suggest the automatic version, given how beautifully it manages to harness the engine's full potential. Having said that, both the manual and automatic versions feel zippy on the road and provide a really engaging drive. It's got a top speed of 118 km an hour and it can go from 0 to 100 in just 10.5 seconds. Now let's talk safety. The Skoda Kylaq is very impressive in that department, having received 25 active and passive safety features as standard on all models. These include 6 airbags, a multi-collision brake, rollover protection and a lot more. Going for the higher variants increases that number to 35, adding stuff like cornering lights, automatic headlights and wipers, hill hold control and tire pressure monitoring to that list. The Skoda Kylaq is a compact SUV that's stylish, practical, fun to drive and packed with features. And the best part, it's available at an incredibly competitive 7,89,000 rupees. That's premium Skoda quality at a price that makes it accessible to a whole new audience. Will you be getting in line to buy one? Tell us in the comments. And as always, don't forget to leave us a like.